Whatever's back with a flavor chucking RDA, and this is the Serpent BF bottom feeder, baby. It's for you squawkers out there. You squeeze the bottle, it shoots juice up through the bottom of the RDA into the RDA where the wick and the coil is, and then you have vape, and like I said, dripping from the base. So the Serpent BF, it's a 22 millimeter squonker. I mean, it is tiny. It's low pro. It's only 25 millimeter tall with a drip tip in there. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And it's a super duper compact chamber in there. You can run it in single coil or dual coil. In single coil, it vapes the best, in my opinion. All this is going to be subjective. But in single coil, I save on battery life and I get a super duper saturated vape. In dual coil I still do, but I get more of a saturated vape in single coil. Again, all this is going to be subjective. She's Goon drip tip compatible, Kennedy drip tip compatible, 810 drip tip compatible. That's what I mean. Comes with an Ultim Goon style drip tip. It also comes with an Ultim 510 drip tip adapter, and it also comes with a stainless steel 510 drip tip. Again, you're going to see all this in the close-ups. The deck's got a 6 millimeter deep juice well. It's got a 2-block 4-connection system. It uses titanium hex screws. Gotta love that. Titanium, man. You're not going to strip them. Super durable. The 2 color options I've seen for this bad boy is stainless steel, like you guys see, or black. So the build I have in this puppy chucker is a 0.3 ohm, medium-sized alien build. I prefer the medium builds in here. Single medium builds is the way to go for this, because the chamber, you block off one side and it makes that chamber double as small. Double as small? Cuts that sucker down in half. That's what I mean. And when you cut it down in half and it becomes that much more compact, more small. Again with a grammar rip. But yeah, when it becomes that small, you're going to get that much more saturated flavor. So yeah, 0.3 ohm, medium-sized alien build, 44.5 watts. That's it. Airflow wide open. You know the drill. Flavor. Did I just say flavor? It is just in your face, just like you biting into whatever you're vaping. And there's a lot of products out there like that. But what makes this Rowdy Clouster a little bit different is its size, okay? And then the airflow. Oh yeah, and then it's squonkable. But the airflow off this is just super restrictive. It's a restrictive lung hit, not super restrictive. The airflow hogs aren't gonna like it, but it's a restrictive lung hit, but it's also turbulent at the same time. If I had to compare it to something else, I would say it's kind of like the Ferro Dripper tank as far as the turbulent feel. Now I know they're totally different devices, and this has the airflow going straight to the coil, or coils, and the Ferro Dripper tank's got the airflow going underneath the coil. So they're obviously not alike when it comes to that, but they're alike when it comes to the turbulent type of airflow. And the airflow off this wide open, I mean, it's like half the airflow wide open off the Ferro Dripper tank, if that. But that turbulent feeling, okay, it's very similar to that. If you don't like restrictive lung hits, you're probably not going to like this, but the restrictive lung hit, to me, it's nice. Here it is. And it's smooth too. And when you match that with the size of the chamber, especially when you cut it in half, I mean, the flavor just jumps. And the fact this is squawkable, it's just so convenient. But all you gotta do, flavor's starting to get muted a little bit, right? Just squeeze the bottle, you're good to go again. Full on mother trucking flavor. Here it is, the packaging for the Serpent BF by Wotofo. And of course, inside that packaging, you're going to receive your Serpent BF Rda. Now, the 2 color options that I've seen is stainless steel or black. And like I showed you in FaceTime, you receive an Ultim Goon style drip tip, along with a stainless steel drip tip, which is a Snuggy Duggy fit. Included is 3 Clapton-style coils, organic cotton. You receive the silicone plug for single coil mode, 4 extra titanium hex screws, extra O-rings, a dry tool, comes with a Wotofo giveaway card, and last but not least, comes with a Serpent BF user manual. The Serpent BF is primarily made of stainless steel, guys. She's 22 millimeter in width, and she's 25 millimeter in length. At the base of this RDA, you've got a gold-plated squonk pin. 510 threads are nice and smooth, and it also says Serpent BF, designed by Wotofo and SY Group, and below that you got the Wotofo logo. And as you guys can see right now, I'm running this bad boy in single coil option because I got the dual coil option slots completely closed off. But in order to adjust the airflow, you grab a hold of the top cap and you just twist and turn and you adjust her, close her off all the way, open her up a little bit more, a little bit more, perfect amount of restrictiveness. Now with this device, you want to do your builds just a little bit lower, and let me explain why. Because when you take the drip tip out and when you go take the top cap off, you can't just grab it like this, because the way this thing is designed, you have this bucket, right? This bottom barrel is the bucket. So what you want to do in order to get the top cap off or everything else off, push from the 510 connection. Just like that. And I'll never damage my coil because my coil is sitting below the posts. Here's the top cap, dual O-ring, got that conical thing going on, and you've got an Ultim 510 adapter. And if you want, you could pop this adapter out. And since I popped the Ultim 510 drip tip adapter out, now I can use my Goon stylish Ultim drip tip that comes with this kit. Oh yeah, and you've got your dual O-rings that are inside there. Press fits, snug as a bug, looks the tits. And like I said before, the bottom barrel is like a bucket. So you push out from the 510 connection and then the deck comes right out. And there she is. Single airflow slot perpendicular with the dual airflow slots. This is an alien build. I got the other side blocked off using the silicone plug that comes with it. You've got 2 blocks, 4 connections, uses titanium hex screws, and then in the center you get that squonk hole. So when you squirt juice in there, that juice is going to get in there. It's going to saturate the cotton, the wick, and you're going to be a vaping. Nice compact deck, guys. And here's the deck section without anything installed. Nice and bare, nice and naked. On each side you got the wick wells. Nice deep wick wells. Not the deepest that I've seen, but it's good. Good for a squonk RDA. Post holes, they're not the biggest that I've seen. Like I said, this is for your medium-sized to smaller builds. That's why I think using this thing in single coil mode is the best bet. So I've got the bottle down here. All I'm going to do is squeeze on this bottle, and it squirts juice in. Dripping from the bottom, baby. And look at that. It goes right into the wick wells. So now I've got the other deck screwed in with a single coil. This is the one that I'm going to be vaping on in this video. And I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that bottle and just watch the juice just saturate that cotton. Go ahead and unscrew it, pop it back into the bucket. Line up the single coil with the single airflow slot. See how my coil is below those connections? That's how you want it, I'm telling you. That way you can press down on just the connections and not touch your coil and mess up your coil. So I popped the top cap back on there, I lined up the slots, got everything together. Next step, we're going to go ahead and screw it onto a mod. Now let me show you this, okay? See how everything is lined up? I'm going to go ahead and screw it down. It moved over just a little bit. Now what that is this bucket sliding a little bit. That may be a con to you. It's not horrible, but it just moved a little bit. And I want my slot to be right in front of the coil. You know what, this time I'm going to overcompensate. That's what you should do, is just overcompensate just a little bit. There we go. To where you got some of the cotton showing on this side and 3/4 of the coil showing on this side. That way when you screw it down all the way, it should be right in front of it. See how it turned? There we go. Now it's directly in front of it. That's how you do it. I still don't like that bucket though. So whenever you go to screw this device on here, what you want to do, I'm going to show you again. I want to make sure you guys get this right, man. Turn it this direction. See how the cotton's showing now? That's what you want, about right there. Cotton's got to be showing. I would say half and half. All right, I'm going to go slow. See how it's turning? Look at that. And it's straight on. That's the way to do it. Con number 1, you can only use this thing in squonk mode. You can't use it in non-squonk mode. Second con, you don't get a lot of airflow for this. Even though you can adjust the airflow wide open, it's nice restrictive lung hit, but for you airflow hogs, you're not going to like this. You're going to think that's a con. Third, you guys saw in the close-ups how I took the top cap off. You had to press the 510 connection up through that bucket. To get the top cap off, that's the easiest way to do it. Some of you guys aren't going to like that. Now, this leads me to the other con. Okay, the last con is that bucket. I don't like the bucket. I think that presents all of the problems when it comes to the top cap. And also, when you screw the device down, because of that bucket, it's going to slide off place. The airflow slots aren't aligned with the coil. That's what I mean. And because of that, it's because of the bucket. And like I showed you in the close-ups, it's how you compensate. When you overcompensate, you're good to go. And it is finicky at first, but once you get used to it, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. It's just something to point out. And the last con I found for this, and this is going to be super duper subjective. I mean, everybody uses devices different. Everybody uses, squonkers different, RDAs different, RTAs different, as far as how they fill it, as far as how they wick it, as far as how they build it. In this case, it comes down to over dripping or over squeezing. If you over squeeze that bottle, it's going to fill up the chamber. You're going to get spit back, and you're going to get more spit back off of something like this than you would off the Pulse 22, which I just reviewed. That being said, I'd still buy this. $24.99 for a freaking squonk RDA. For a squonk RDA that produces flavor like this is a great single coil RDA. Even dual, it's good, but in single, that's where this thing shines. Regardless of the cons I just mentioned, regardless of that bucket, yeah, I'd buy it. For the vape quality, ease of build, ease of wick, yes. So I hope you guys liked the video, found it entertaining and helpful. If you did like it, well then like the video down below. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe for more. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.